What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Villanonymous, with them over there, Paul.
Yo,
There, yeah. We're here. It's Saturday. You know what that means? I gotta stop doing that. No, I haven't picked up the phone yet to say, you know what? Maybe we'll start watching it. No, I'm not there yet. We're not gonna get there. We're not gonna get there. Tonight was Backlash, and I thought we were not going to like this very much. We have heard from Sponge. Sponge is good. Sponge is good. Sponge was not exactly excited for this card. Uh, this card looked like it could have possibly had a lot of holes in it, but I didn't see anything wrong with this card the more it went on. So we'll get there. But how's the week, Paul?
it's okay. I'm currently on a project in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. Probably the closest real city is Altoona. So yeah, I'm hanging out here till probably about Wednesday or so, and then I'll be heading back home. But
Nice.
other than my old knees killing me after working long hours, I'm was good to go for a little backlash this evening.
You heard it here first, folks. I went to ACDC last week, saw Brian Johnson 77, Angus Young 70, and now I get to record with Paul, 83, according to his knees. Uh, I had to make one. Sponge isn't here. Uh,
I know.
but we did have
That
a
was his. That
per
was
pay per
his
view tonight.
job.
We did have a pay per view tonight.
He did.
And I missed the first half of it because it started at 7, and I was looking around at 8 o'clock and being like, "Oh, it started already." So Paul's gonna tiptoe and dance and tiptoe through the tulips and let you know how this all started. Isn't that right, Paul?
Yeah. Is- yeah. Yeah. Isn't Tiny Tim a WWE Hall of Famer?
He might actually be. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I thought so.
well.
Anyway,
He got there.
um, got there. Um, yeah, I had to look it up while I was at work this morning to see what time it started to remind myself because I just assumed 8 o'clock, like you.
You know what happens when
But
you
yeah, I was
assume.
talking. Yeah, yeah.
Felix taught us that.
Um, what's that?
Felix taught us that.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so 7 o'clock instead of eight. I never watched the pre-show. Sorry, WWE. I know the storylines. I don't need a package on every match.
We're not on the Christmas list
And look,
anyway. You don't have to say sorry.
okay. Well, yeah. One day, I'll get to one of those post-show conferences. I swear. Um, but not today. We won't get there today. No, it was the unlike the start of WrestleMania Night One, this this pay-per-view premium live event. I'm sorry, uh, started out strong. It was right out the gate with the fatal four-way with Jacob Fatu defending his U.S. title against LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest, and the crowd was as soon as LA Knight came out first and they were on fire
Yeah.
and they didn't stop. They did not stop. Even for Drew, Priest got a decent pop, and the crowd was chanting for Jacob before his music even hit. So
Gotta love it.
the crowd was on fire from the beginning of this match to the ending. Um, was a good match. Uh, the usual, pairing off of, Priest and McIntyre and uh, Jacob and LA Knight um, for a little bit, and then they would mix it up, of course. But uh,
It sounds like it
the
was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go back and wind up watching it over because I
yeah, you need to go back. If you missed it, go back and watch it. It was a good match, back and forth. Of course, they all at one point started hitting hitting with the finishers, and you think they were going to win. And
uh,
it was a no disqualification, so referees were pulled out, things like that. But probably the big spot of the match was when Damian and Drew ended up fighting out into the crowd. And of course, there's this mysterious like table set up back there that supposedly holds production equipment,
I
and
love that table. It's always there for no reason.
it's always covered too. I don't know why.
Why are there no
Um,
donuts on it? Oh, that's catering. Sorry, my bad.
so they're out on the floor and they get up onto this thing, and um, Priest actually hits the south of heaven off of the one part down to crashing below, which everybody then runs out to check on them, and nobody's paying attention to what's going on up front. LA Knight had gotten control of the match and was actually had taken it outside and was getting ready to hit his elbow off of the from the outside of the turnbuckle onto Jacob on the announce table when Jacob was pulled off of the announce table by, of course, who? Solo Sokoa.
Boo.
And
We boo Solo
so
Sokoa around
then,
these parts.
yeah. So
Oh shit.
then, of course, that drew the ire of Mr. Knight. And while he was jawing with Solo and Solo was kind of begging off, we got a surprise debut tonight.
I was very excited for this when you told me about this.
I hated to ruin it for you, but I thought you needed to know.
No, I definitely needed to know.
But we got,
You did the right thing. We here we're a wrestling channel here. Like there are no spoilers here. It's like if something happens, you got to call that shit out.
yep, we got somebody attacked LA Knight. Turns out it was Mr. Jeff Cobb.
Big fan. Big fan.
So,
Big fan. I freaking love Jeff Cobb.
big
Like
fan because you are the original, you are the OG New Japan,
I
right? For
am
this
the
channel.
original New Japan guy on this channel. See, this is why Paul got promoted.
That's right.
He says my lines for me,
That's
so I don't
right.
have to. Paul got
So,
promoted, literally, technically, made main assistant.
right. But so they attack Knight, then roll him back in the ring, and Jacob wakes up from his little nap and just sits there and stares at both of them, like, "Why the hell are you two here? And what's going on?" And he would looked in the ring and saw LA Knight in there, so he finally got back in the ring, hit his moonsault, the jumping moonsault, for the pin and to retain his title. So it was a real good opener. Crowd was hot the whole time.
All right, out of 10,
Uh,
story wise, out of 10, what do you give it?
oh, story wise, out of 10, it was very close to 10. You're looking at least 8, 9.
In
Because I didn't, you when I told you there was a debut, you guessed someone
yeah,
that we thought should have debuted a long time ago.
I guess Zillifa too, because like it sounded to be like the right direction that they were going. But I'm pleasantly surprised that it was not a rank and file member of that bloodline.
Yep. We'll continue the tension between Solo and Jacob. That's gonna looks like we'll be getting a lot of that here. which I'm not opposed to.
All
So
right.
you had a great opener.
So story wise, you gave it
Great.
story wise you gave it close to 10. What about in ring wise?
I mean, they were cooking. I mean,
Nice.
they were cooking. I
So
mean,
it was a
it was.
solid opening match.
Oh gosh, yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, much
Good, good,
better
good.
than WrestleMania Night One for
Oh
sure.
God, we don't want to
But
do that.
that wasn't a very high bar. I understand, but
We're, we're gonna provoke the deviant gods of burning out Sponge. Like we don't want to do that.
so yeah. Next, of course, we have the wonderful package telling us again that SmackDown and Night of Champions is going to be in Saudi Arabia at the end of June. Yeah. Um, so they follow up this wonderful match with the next title defense of Lyra versus Becky Hogan. I mean Becky Lynch.
Oh, so they really already brought down your mood.
Oh yeah,
God fucking
yeah.
damn it.
You went straight from a. It was like being on a roller coaster. You were like having a good time, and then all of a sudden you were like, "What the hell happened?" Um, I mean, it was the crowd was okay. You know, the crowd, of course, popped for Becky. A little bit of a pop for Lyra just because they like to sing her little woos, you know, throughout her in her entrance. But as soon as
Boo.
the match started,
Boo.
as soon as the match started, it was just like the volume came down.
Yeah, I mean,
And I mean, it wasn't again, I know everybody thinks I hate Lyra. She's
you
solid
do.
she's solid in the ring.
You
I do,
do,
but I mean,
but it's
I
justified.
I can appreciate her work in the ring. She worked solid. And they were working fine. Becky looks a little slow to me, but whatever. That's just maybe her trying to do that to make Lyra look better. I don't know. Um, it's not as slow as Cena is, but whatever. Um, but you know, it was a decent, you know, back and forth, but it's just the crowd was just like, okay, yeah, yeah, okay, woohoo. You know, they weren't into it like the beginning. And they even tried at one point to start a "This is awesome" chant. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
He's like, come on, buddy. No, it isn't.
No, it's no, 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 no. They the one thing that they tried to do a little trickery was when Becky went to go get a chair and bring it in. And of course, the referee takes it from her and goes to discard the chair, which allows Becky to go over and take off the top turnbuckle. Which, of course, when the referee turns back around from getting rid of the chair, doesn't see that the top turnbuckle is missing.
Hey, it's a magic trick as old as time in professional wrestling. Come on now.
But so
Anything that happens when a referee's back turned is never talked about again. Come on now.
yeah, well, that just to me gives you vibes of this is gonna be weird. And uh, it was weird because eventually, when Becky went to use the exposed turnbuckle, um, I don't know if it was planned this way, but instead of throwing her into the exposed turnbuckle, she hit the second turnbuckle,
Ooh.
which then allowed the referee to discover the first top one's missing. And I'm just like, what the fuck? But no, there were some good reversals. I mean, there was some, you know, it was a good, it was an okay match. but it's just boring. And then the referee went outside the ring to retrieve a turnbuckle that Becky had thrown out of the ring after she hooked it. And then she was coming back into the ring
I'll be right back.
to
One
put
second.
it when while the referee's back is turned, Lyra hits her finisher on Becky and of course is a second late getting back over there to make the count, allowing Becky to kick out. But was the finish was the right one that Lyra went over to help boost her up. I just wish they would give her a transplant of a personality. Um, but they kept making a big deal about the reversal that got her into a pin, Becky pinned, that looked like um, she had hurt her nose. Like they was making a big deal about her possibly breaking Lyra's nose. But it didn't seem that way to me because there was no blood. If you broke your nose, there'd be a lot of blood, which we know because that's how Becky became famous, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was exactly how Becky became famous. Sorry, guys, my cat knocked something
Yes.
down. It was really loud. I thought somebody fell down. No, yeah,
Somebody fell down.
Becky got her face kind of ruptured by Charlotte, and all those years ago. No, wait, no, it wasn't Charlotte. I'm sorry, it was Nia
No, it was
Jax.
Naya,
It was Nia
her
Jax.
favorite. Yeah, Naya.
Yeah, Sponge's favorite wrestler ever, Nia Jax.
I
It,
am just glad we got a pay per view without her on it.
you know, I, I I can't get on board with the Nia Jax hate anymore. Like she's so much better than she was. Like she took the time to like learn to slow down, to do things properly, to not injure people. Like you don't hear anybody not wanting to work with her anymore. Like it's a breath of fresh air that everybody wants to work with. Like everybody. Oh, I mean, except for Shayna
Except for
Baszler and
Charlotte.
Jade Cargill. They don't
Yeah.
want to work together, but Shayna's gone. I hate the releases now that the more that I think about
Yeah.
it. I mean,
But anyway,
it still sounded like it was a
again,
solid match between Becky and Lyra.
it was it's solid. It just wasn't. It was just a letdown from the beginning.
Well, yeah,
Just that's all.
I can feel, I could understand that. I can get behind that. Paul's
Much,
suffering
much, much.
constantly with Lyra Valkyria.
Yes, very
Let's
much
see.
so.
What did we what did we have after that?
After that was going to what I thought was going to be an excellent match because it was Dirty Dom defending his IC title against our boy Penta.
Ooh.
Of course, this is where the crowd woke back up again
All right,
because
so
Penta came out. With,
I gotta tell you guys first and foremost. I think this is the last match that I didn't see. Because I think that McAfee and Gunther was next. Um,
yeah,
this is the last match that I didn't see, and even still, in not seeing it, I can probably guarantee you that the Judgment Day hasn't kicked out Finn Balor yet. It's just a thing.
we'll get there. Jump on my jump on my line here. But no, good pop for Penta, of course. I do have, excuse me, I do have a little bit of a problem that they've screwed with his theme already. I mean, uh, it's not so much the guitar player that added his part to it. It's just to me, it was kind of dumb, but whatever. Um,
I mean,
so that
it's
so,
still very generic music. This is why people are really upset at. I don't even know the guy's name that does all the music now that gets all the hate. Uh,
yeah,
Sponge does. He's constantly making fun of it. Like it's become a whole internet meme. It's like, don't let your theme get so and so. I'm just like, oh.
But
Def Rebel.
no, good
Def
pop
Rebel.
for
Sorry,
Penta,
I
of
got it. I
course.
got it. It's Def Rebel.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, good pop for Penta, of course. Actually, Dom got a little bit of a pop, which was something that
People are starting to learn
we've
to
been
love
seeing.
Dominic Mysterio. Like this is a good feel right
Yep,
now.
we've been getting a little bit of that. Yeah. Um, and they did mention that he was wearing a ring jacket that was um, inspired by or from Psychosis.
Ooh, okay, I like that.
Yeah. Um, so a good match, of course, you're going to have with these two. Dom, I mean, you. It's hard to believe how much how well he's developed since we first saw him.
Uh huh.
I never thought when I first saw him when he was with the old man, um, I didn't think he was going to make it. But I think that when they did that split with them, that was the best thing that could have happened to him, um, and totally changed the direction of his character. And he's worked really hard. Um, Dom, of course, was in control of most of the beginning of the match, and then Penta came back. He did a cross body from atop the ring post to the floor.
That's
So
crazy.
that was insane.
That sounds crazy.
Yep.
I have to watch I have to watch through the whole first like hour and a half of this now because
Yes.
just damn it.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Um, the crowd, of course, and eventually Dom went for a 619, and the people actually were cheering, wanting him to do it. So that again, you're getting that more of that cheering for Dom, and then he paid tribute to your favorite female wrestler,
Don't.
Liv Morgan,
Ugh.
by hitting an Oblivion
Oh,
on Penta.
ew. Why? Damn it, Dom.
Oh,
I'm trying.
but
I'm trying to be on your side here, Dom. Like the fuck.
at least you didn't have to see her. She's still in Japan filming a movie.
You know what? I'm good with that.
So, yeah, which also meant we didn't have to see Rochelle Rousseau.
Which means that we also didn't get a title defense. Another week, no title defense.
Correct.
Ugh.
Yep. 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 But so as you jumped the gun earlier, um, Penta Penta did hit a Canadian, I'm sorry, Mexican destroyer on the apron, which
Ooh,
then
they actually let them do
nowhere
that.
came. Yep.
Damn, they really trust Dom.
So then, yeah. So they that drew Carlito out from the back. Of course, he was just the distraction as Finn and JD jumped the rail. But instead of Finn attacking Penta right away, he told JD to wait, and he went to go get a chair. And then by the time he came back with the chair to attack, the referee was no longer distracted by Carlito.
Are you
So of
so
course the
you
referee goes to throw all three of them out.
so you think that you think he got them all caught on purpose?
Yes,
All right,
absolutely.
I'm good with this. At least they're finally moving this
Yes,
forward.
a, very inches, very slow, glacier like almost. But so yeah, so the referee tosses all three of them as they start to walk away. Jawing all the way up the ramp. We get another person jumping a rail, and it's our buddy El Grande Americano,
Damn.
and he nailed Penta with his gimmick mask with the steel plate in it, as Michael Cole says. Hits the frog splash, retains his title.
I want I want Adam Pearce to book the match for Saturday night's main event between Gable and El Grande Americano. As Gable keeps talking every week about wanting to be in the ring with this guy.
Yeah,
let him
yeah.
let him
I do.
let him set it up between Gable and El Grande Americano against Phoenix and Penta, because they're pushing them together anyway with the Gable storyline.
Right.
I mean,
But
they're on two different shows and they're still pushing them together. So it's like all right, whatever.
right. I did think it's all funny that El Grande wears his outfit is red and yellow.
Oh, we're not doing this. No, no, we're not doing this. No, because Mister America was red and blue. Don't do it. I knew exactly where you were going. You diabolical son of a bitch. You knocked that off.
And
uh,
yes, this is where you popped in on the show because next up was uh, Gunther taking on Pat McAfee.
you
Your
know,
thoughts on Gunther and McAfee?
I didn't have a problem with any of this. Like this whole card so far that I didn't even see yet sounds like it's a solid card, and I turned it on for a match that was gimmicked. I'm just like, all right, it's an announcer versus the former world champion. All right, just could be a test of this. Could be a show of athleticism by uh, McAfee, which in and of itself
Yes.
it was. Tough guy competition, you bet. Uh, but it was only ever going to be one way. Like Gunther is still this big, ominous presence that you're not going to be able to take down. Like even with the help of Michael Cole, which was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Like he tried to do the fucking
Yeah.
suplex spot, but only held one foot. Like, you can't do that. Come on now. Like it was really gimmicky, but it was a good showing for Pat McAfee. Like he got the absolute dog shit beat out of him, but like he just kept getting up. Uh,
Yeah.
there was a really weird spot in the match where Gunther had just put him down like two or three times with a German suplex, and he was getting up on the ropes, like holding himself up on the ropes, but then looking perfectly unharmed and unfazed, and then turned around like, wait, is Gunther behind me? Is he gonna lock in that sleeper yet? Okay, oh, you got me in the rear naked chokehold. Like, make it look believable, McAfee. Come on now. Like, you had one job and you were doing that job until that one spot, and I'm just like, wait, did you just break kayfabe to make sure you knew your ring
Where?
presence? Like that's not great ring awareness, there, guy. Like you can at least start selling the fact that you're getting bludgeoned to death by the former world champion. Like you know, oh no, I'm perfectly fine. Oh wait, he's behind me. Like what the fuck? When you guys watch this
Oh,
back, you'll see that one spot right there that I'm talking about, and you'll be like, "Oh man, I wish he didn't point it out." But I liked
yeah.
it.
You know,
I liked it. I thought it was
this
fine.
could have this could have been a train wreck. Um, I
I,
mean,
I think everybody was expecting it to be a train wreck, and this pay per view
right.
pleasantly surprised everybody. Like, we'll get to the main event, but like, there was nothing wrong with this card. I was pleasantly surprised by all the things that I heard about the first few matches that I didn't see, and I was really genuinely pleasantly surprised with freaking Gunther and McAfee. I thought that was fine.
Yeah. No, I mean it could have gone off the rails, but it was a good match. You know, there was nothing wrong with it at all. You knew Gunther was going to win. If it hadn't, it would have been just chaos. But no, and McAfee can do a decent amount of stuff because I mean, stuff he did in NXT with Adam Cole was I was shocked when he did that well there. But of course, we have to end up at our main event for the evening. Another title defense.
This is where we're going to
John
have
Cena.
differing opinions.
John Cena defending his undisputed title versus Mr. Orton from St. Louis.
The hometown boy with holy shit were they loud for him. I mean,
Yep.
they weren't Chicago for Punk loud, but they were plenty loud.
Yeah.
They were loud for Cena, and they weren't boos. Like,
Yeah.
St. Louis is still a really good heel town. Like, they really they dig Cena right now. Like, how can you not? Like, he's so nonchalant at this point. Like, he's channeling Hollywood Rock that he was making fun of all those years ago. Like, he had to eat so much crow to apologize to The Rock for all of that. And now he's doing the same exact thing.
Right.
I had no problem with this main event. Like, this was classic Cena and Orton. Except the roles were reversed.
Correct.
Now, I think all the referee spots were egregious. I think
that's where it got. That's where it went off the rail.
It got silly, but you need a reason to not have Randy Orton get a rematch right away because like all of the officials,
Correct.
the Nick Aldis RKO, like all of the officials and ref spots, like Randy Orton's gonna get suspended, kayfabe suspended.
Poor
like,
Jamie
he's not
Noble.
gonna actually get suspended. But like you're gonna have a reason to not have him on television for a while, and then somebody's not gonna like Cena's attitude and be like, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna lift the suspension. You're gonna fight Randy Orton at Money in the Bank or some shit like that.
Or Jamie Noble.
Oh, Jamie Noble.
RKO's for everybody.
RKO's for everyone, indeed.
Of course, and
except
then,
Cena,
because
Cena got like 4 or 5 of them, some bitches.
Yeah,
and two AAs through tables.
Correct, through 2 tables. Yes.
I swear to God, you could have gone back and forth with this. Obviously, we made our predictions very, very well known that there was no way that Orton was beating Cena tonight. It would have just been silly to have Cena drop the belt 3 weeks after winning it and declaring that he's the last real champion. But
keep in mind that 3 weeks ago.
Fucking Paul.
That was only 3 freaking weeks ago.
Fucking Paul. Fucking Paul. Not Logan. Not Logan fucking Paul. Fucking Wrestle Relaunch Paul. Randy Orton just gearing up to end this fight with a punt kick. Fucking Paul. Here comes truth. Why was Paul right? Why? Why did you have to invoke the name of R-Truth? You said his name and he appeared. The fuck?
Yes, I did.
I'm so angry. R-Truth begged Randy Orton not to do it. And R-Truth got an RKO for his troubles, which led to a low blow, a crack off the skull with a belt, and a 25-second 3 count. I'm so mad.
From the original referee that got knocked completely silly.
Fucking Chad Patton, fucking looking like he died when he hit his face on the steps. Ugh. Yes. God damn it. I'm so mad at you, Paul. I swear to God. Fucking R-Truth.
Told you.
R-Truth literally
Freaking
cost
told you.
Randy Orton the world title. I'm so mad.
Told you all.
Oh, so bad. Fucking Paul. I have no
Think
problem
I'm
with
gonna.
this card, like literally.
No, I mean, yeah, no, I don't have a problem with the way the card. Yeah, it's just some of the silliness in the end there, but that was you knew, like we said, we knew who was going to win.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, we knew who was going to win most of these matches on this pay per view.
Yes,
The
absolutely.
Intercontinental title could have gone either way. Between Dom and Penta, I'm fine with the way that it went because it's furthering the Judgment Day storyline. And Penta will get there eventually.
Yep,
Um,
he'll
the
get there. Yep.
the women's Intercontinental title match. There's no reason for Becky to have come back and won already. You needed Lyra to prove that she can beat Becky. Um,
We could call her Becky Charlotte.
And who's actually going to stop Jacob? Really? Like, I get the
Nobody.
fact that anybody could have pinned anybody and walked off with his title, but did we really see
Yeah, I was a
Jacob
little worried.
Fatu
I
losing losing his title 3 weeks after WrestleMania? After putting on like the
no.
greatest showcase of his WWE career so far?
Yeah, I
No.
was a little worried because, of course, the announcers mentioned that well, fatal four way, he doesn't have to be pinned or submitted. I'm just like, oh no, please don't go that way. Please don't go that way. They didn't, so
Yeah,
it was all good.
it's there's no champion's advantage in this match. Like, fuck, stop.
Yeah,
Stop. I wish one of those announcers would have gotten bludgeoned to death. Oh, wait. No, that happened.
it happened. But he wasn't announcing all night, so
Yeah, I'm sure he's not going to be announcing on Monday either. But I did like to see the show of respect from Gunther and McAfee to each other. That was pretty cool.
I was surprised at that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be surprised, but how many times did McAfee get out of that rear naked chokehold before he finally just
Right,
didn't tap out? Like, he said he wasn't going to tap out, and he didn't tap out. Like, he passed
right,
out.
right.
After how many power bombs, after how many lariats, after how many German suplexes, after how many
Chops.
chops, like, after how many times of the rear naked choke, like, she was crazy. Pat McAfee really does
Now,
have that dog in him.
yep. Now I did fail to mention one point that I thought where something was going to go with the women's intercontinental match. Afterwards, of course, Becky throws a fit because she lost
Yeah.
and starts to beat the dog piss out of Lyra. So I was just at that point I was waiting for Bailey to show up to save Lyra.
I'm sure it
No,
didn't happen because that'll be something
no,
that'll be something they do on Raw.
didn't happen.
They have to
Just
give.
like you, but just like you thought at the end of that main event when Cena said to cut his music, you thought somebody's music was going to hit, didn't you?
Okay, so for all of the
Instead, we got
all of the
Fade to Black.
post match shenanigans of the main event, like John Cena's cut the music. I don't need music. Blah blah blah. All I need is
I don't
competition.
need you.
He literally sounded like Vladimir Kozlov. Competition. I'm like, what the fuck? Vladimir Kozlov. There's a name from the past. Fucking Sponge will be real proud when he hears this on
Yeah,
playback. What the fuck? You had every
I don't know.
opportunity to let anybody's music start playing. Anybody in the world's music start playing when he said he needed
Anybody.
competition. Because it was like a whole 4 minute segment of just stoppage. Quiet. Fucking nothing. Cena's climbing the top ropes and he's grandstanding with the belt. And he's smiling at the crowd. Like with that fucking smirk, that shit eating grin smirk. Like, ugh. Like there was every possible chance for anybody's music to start playing. Like we're this is gonna segue into our second half of this episode because like that was our backlash review. Um, this is gonna segue into the second part of this. Is like we didn't really have something that we were gonna talk about afterwards. We were just gonna shoot the shit, like what is what we've been doing. First and foremost, we have to put out a disclaimer here. We are now aware that that whole AEW Cornette thing was not true, was fake. So I will retract that.
We'll own that we got duped.
We got duped. It was so easy to do though. Like anybody
Well,
would have
like I
fallen
said,
for that because it was just so classically well put together.
Tony Khan. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no, it was so you could totally hear him say that.
yeah. Like we got fooled. We're not afraid to admit that we got fooled, but we're not any other channel that's just going to be like, oh no, it happened. We got caught in it, and now we're just going to gloss over like nothing happened. No, we're not that channel. To segue into our next spot from the main event of the pay-per-view, well, we are still trying to wonder what's going to happen next with Cena. Like, this is Cena's going away tour. We're still trying to figure out which opponents it was going to be. Like, Orton was the clear-cut choice because he's here. There's no... You run down the checklist of Cena's greatest rivalries in the history of WWE. Edge, not here. He's down in Jacksonville. Batista, retired. CM Punk, he's there, but he's
And
kind of
retired and about half the size as he used to be.
yeah. I mean, but Punk is tied up in a storyline. I wish I'm glad Batista's retired. Like he's happier in Hollywood right now. He's putting out really good movie after good movie. Like I have no problem with Batista being gone.
Yep. No problem.
Wade Barrett, no. Carlito, there was that whole thing for a while. The Big Show, no. We're running out of people for John Cena to fight. Like,
hey, wait a minute. I got one. Ready?
oh shit, I think I have one too. I hope we have the same guy. This would be really cool.
I don't think it's going to be the same guy, but I'm going to piss you off with this one because it's our truth.
Oh my god, no.
I'm calling it now.
No. I'm upset that Kevin Owens is going to be out for the foreseeable future because that would have been a fun little run.
That would have been a good one.
That would have been a fun little run. Yeah, John, you finally decided to go on the right side of things. There's more money in being champ. You don't have to suck up to all of these people. Fucking, and then you just have like Cena is just like mean to Kevin Owens, so Kevin Owens beats the dog shit out of him.
That would have been excellent.
But I mean, in terms of all of Cena's greatest opponents ever, we're running out of them. Like, do we get another, Cena versus AJ Styles? I wouldn't hate it. It's not one of his greatest rivalries, but I mean, it's a stop on some of his greatest hits. Like the matches they had with each other were fucking phenomenal. No pun intended.
I see what you did there.
I wasn't trying. It's just a word that came out.
Yeah, no, there's not many.
And we're running out of people. Like freaking Taker's not there. HBK is not there. Triple H is retired. We're running out of people.
He's medically retired.
Yeah, I mean, like we're literally running out of people because like Cena's been around for fucking 25 years. It's like Cena and Orton made sense, but it's like who else do you got?
Wait, I got another one.
Oh no.
Nikki Bella.
I thought you were gonna say Nick Nemeth, and I was just gonna be like, you know what, that could work.
Well, that could work too.
Cena and Ziggler had some burners. But there's nothing left. There's nothing left. What do you have, The Miz? The Miz is a glorified mid-carder again. Like, he's never going to be back up at that main event status again anymore.
No, he's too busy getting his ass handed to him by Aleister Black.
I feel like this is going to be a thing where the Money in the Bank winner is going to be the one that snatches that championship away from Cena. And it'll probably be somebody like an Aleister Black. It's Aleister Black, like somebody like Aleister Black or like a Braun Breaker or a Jacob Fatu would be dangerous with the briefcase.
Karrion
They
Kross.
would all look to take out Jey Uso first. Like they're not going to go after John Cena. That man has plot armor. But I'm still trying to figure out who we could possibly have against fucking Seth Rollins.
No.
They had some awful matches in the past. You know, remember John Cena's nose ending up underneath his eye socket? Like it was awful. Like there's nobody left. Unless Cody comes back for some sort of revenge.
Which he should.
It wouldn't work. WWE's format with title matches is the first guy wins, the second guy wins, and then we have the third match. They're not going to let Cena drop they'll probably let Cody win by like a DQ or some shit, forcing a third match. But, I mean, are you going to really play this out until SummerSlam? I don't want this.
No, my fear is they're going to play this out all the way to Survivor Series or whatever they decide to do in December and make it play into the thing where he says he's leaving with it, and then finally
When he says that when he says that he has his last appearance and he's going to make his last appearance and then he's going to leave forever with the title belt, that's where you let Punk strike. I mean, long-term storytelling wise, that story would have been told for 14 years. You let that happen.
Yep. I could.
Uh,
And then that way, if you do it in December, then you could at least let Punk have it to where he can main event WrestleMania.
Yeah, right. They're not going to let him main event 2 WrestleManias. They let this man main event 1 WrestleMania in 17 years. He's got to wait until 2042, man. You know, when he's like 60 years old. It'll be his retirement match. It'll be his second ever main event at WrestleMania.
Get the main event Mania.
He'll be Flair by then. He'll be fucking 60 years old headlining main event WrestleMania.
Oh. Yeah.
See, it's the #1 Google search right now. John Cena's greatest rivalries. People are paying attention to what we're talking about. Let's go in order. Let's cross off a couple of names from this list right real quick, shall we? Eddie Guerrero. No.
That's going to be kind of difficult.
Yeah. The Miz, we already said. Kevin Owens, injured. Batista retired. Shawn Michaels retired. Triple H, medically retired. Kurt Angle?
Mm-hmm.
No. He's pretty much medically retired now too, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
Never.
Edge in a different company. Randy Orton, currently feuding with. The Rock, which I was saying before we started recording, I was joking around that The Rock could be like, yeah, you were my champion as a placeholder. What the hell else do we got? The Miz, we already mentioned. AJ Styles, we mentioned. Edge, not here, different company. And CM Punk. All of the names that we listed are right there across that list of the 14 greatest rivalries of John Cena. Well, one of them is the Nexus. He's not going to fight an entire group. And we would just chalk that up to Wade Barrett, which I said already. Like, we literally covered every single name on that list, minus Brock, Angle, and Eddie Guerrero. Was obviously
we got there.
Obviously, we weren't going to mention Eddie Guerrero. Like, It would have been in
Right.
bad taste even for us.
Well, we wouldn't have mentioned Brock either.
Yeah, I mean that would have been a really shitty thing to do, Vince. I don't know. I feel like Triple H is going to get involved in this storyline somehow later in the year. Like The Rock will finally come back and he'll celebrate his champion, and he's the boss around here. Triple H already said last year, he goes, "There's only one boss around here," and you're looking at him like Triple H is gonna have like his champion, or like he'll pull a Vince move and send somebody out after a title match and be like, restart the match, ring the bell. Like Triple H will wind up screwing Cena over, and it'll be great. Um, it'd probably be somebody like CM Punk for no reason. Um, I I feel like WWE would push us down the line if Triple H would send out somebody like, well, I don't know, Roman Reigns to take the title back from Cena. Because WWE was stable when Roman was champion, and now it's like unstable and everybody hates it while Cena's champion. I mean, but that's
I
just
thought
me.
everybody hated. I thought everybody hated Jey Uso too.
Yeah, everybody hates the current champions of both brands, but we're in Money in the Bank season, so like one of those is bound to change. Uh, I don't remember the last time somebody cashed in the night they won, which was probably last year, just because I'm not remembering properly.
Well, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Drew. 'Cause he's the one that won it last year, and then Punk screwed him over.
Oh yeah, unsuccessful cash in. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah, because he got cashed in on at WrestleMania, and then he
Right.
won the Money in the Bank, and then tried to cash
Right.
in uh, on who was it? Seth at that point was the world champion, or was it Damien?
Damien.
All right, so yeah, I mean, Money in the Bank season is always fun. Like summer is always a fun time with WWE. SummerSlam is always a great show. There's always at least one debut or return of significant value. It could be good.
I'm still voicing. I'm still voicing my displeasure that it's 2 nights, but whatever.
It's 2 nights in New York. Like, come well, not well. 2 nights in New Jersey.
Okay,
Let's put that out there.
we get it. You love your area that you live in.
No, I hate the Meadowlands. I'm not going out there for fucking SummerSlam. Are you kidding me? New Jersey in August? That place already smells like fucking. I'm just kidding. I, I'm just kidding. Anybody from New Jersey who listens to us, unless you're fucking Liv Morgan from New Jersey, then suck it, Liv Morgan.
Hey now.
Eh, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have a whole lot of fun regardless. Like, if we take this too seriously, we'll give ourselves an aneurysm. And if we don't take it seriously enough, we might as well be watching Dynamite.
If 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 we would have taken ourselves too seriously before, we would have you and I, being old school, we would have like the early '90s would have killed us.
I'm gonna leave this up to you guys here in the comment section on this video. If you haven't already, drop us a like, drop us a subscribe. Like we're a fun bunch, and we're all inclusive. We're gonna try to sneak a whole couple of you into this channel. Try to get some fresh faces around here. If you guys happen to like the AEW product, you guys can be the ones to talk about the AEW product. We will not be doing that here because we tried. Me and Sponge really tried. We really, 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 really tried. Like some of the earliest videos that we put up were uh, the AEW pay per views. We did Punk's return in Chicago. Like we tried, and then Sponge went on one ridiculous rant one night, with it was
What do you
something
mean one night?
it was something funny. Like this particular night he went on a rant. Like it was a pay-per-view for AEW and it was just awful. He went on such the crazy rant. I don't know what happened. It was either he forgot to hit the record button or it didn't pick up any of his audio, but it was hilarious. Like, it was just the whole thing. It was just the whole thing. He just ranted to nobody. In either case, whether he didn't hit the button or his volume just didn't show up, in either case, he ranted to nobody for an hour and a half about that pay per view. Oh, so funny.
Sounds like Sponge.
We got it. We got to get some fresh faces on here. Let us know down in the comment section if you guys want to be part of this. You know, we'll bring you into our thing. We'll give you that whole rigorous tryout process. Paul went through it, and he's here. Like, come on now.
And I got promoted.
And he got promoted. He's my assistant. Co-host. Yeah, co-host. He's not my assistant or secretary. Yeah, I mean, come on now. Like, look, we have fun here. Like, we have differing opinions all the time. We want somebody that has a differing opinion. We want somebody that likes the AEW product and will tell us, "Oh, look, I like this. It's just the way it is. Oh, we're not going to fight about it. We're just going to discuss." And I'm just like, "All right, cool. Let's do it." But until then, it's just me and Paul. Like, we need somebody. I can only bounce my own opinion off of Paul so much. And I can only listen to Paul talk about how much he loves Bianca Belair so much.
And R-Truth.
And Arch. Fucking damn it, Paul. I'm so angry that R-Truth cost fucking Randy Orton the world title. Oh, god damn it, Paul. Oh, it's all of the out of the box fucking predictions. It's all the outside the box predictions that fucking just burn us in the end. Well, we kept this short and sweet. Anybody who's listening that realizes that we hadn't put out a video since like WrestleMania, we did upload the last 2 weeks worth of videos today, and I'm setting this exact one that you're listening to right now for we'll call it Sunday morning. We'll call it Monday morning so everybody can enjoy Mother's Day tomorrow. How about that? It's already
technically it is after midnight.
It is already midnight on the East Coast, so happy Mother's Day to everyone, to all the mothers out there.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we're here. We're here. We're not going anywhere. I mean, unless like YouTube destroys the channel, but I mean, they're not going to do that because we're not menacing enough for that.
Not yet.
We're not controversial enough for that. Not controversial.
Not yet.
You, what's your name? Stan? Yeah, okay. You see that? I just kicked Stan. Don't tell me to calm down. I don't know if that's controversial, but it sure is funny.
It is.
It was even funnier that was Sean Spears. Like Stan, backstage Stan that got kicked in that segment was Sean Spears. So funny. They're like, "Hey, you seem to be the right fit for this. Like, what's your name? Sean? No, your name is Stan now." Obviously, it wasn't gonna work because fucking Sean's name was Sean. He can't be Sean too.
Right.
Let's see. Monday, I think we're gonna plan for something different. Monday, I think we're gonna do a classic review, and we're not gonna talk about Raw or SmackDown or the return of my beloved Alexa Bliss. We will do a classic review. Me and Paul will shoot the shit as soon as we get off of here for that. On this channel going forward, I think we're gonna put up polls on what you guys want us to talk about. What you would possibly want us to review. We'll give you a couple of different choices. But I think I'm gonna pull one from all the way, 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 way back in the day. Since before the days of the pandas with chairs. Uh, so again, like we're doing all the things that we think you guys will like. And uh, what am I about to say, Paul? I feel like there's something I'm about to say.
We'll get there.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm Villanonymous. That's Paul. We will see you guys Monday. Yeah, Monday.
Yep.
Monday. So, for all of us here at Wrestle Relaunch, we'll get there.